Welcome to another episode of Tech Break by Friday. Today, we will do sort of a different episode. We will discuss some interesting news in tech and AI from last week until today. So, we had some exciting news yesterday. Meta released Llama 4. So, what is different compared to the previous models, you might ask? So, Meta's Llama 4 is a cutting edge multimodal AI system designed to handle both text and image inputs seamlessly. So basically, it's a multimodal, it can accept both text and image as an input. The difference is that it contains a mixture of experts architecture, which activates only a subset of parameters for each input, enhancing efficiency and scalability. So basically, what this means is that they have a smaller set of the model's parameters that they are activated from a user's single request. So the activated parameters represent one or more experts for this specific user query that they will be needed in order to answer. These experts are activated, and which exactly experts will be activated is chosen by an internal router. This is something that is really interesting, and I think compared to other models out there, you will see that Llama 4 Behemoth pushes its parameters to 2 trillion. So basically, their larger model from the Llama 4 series will reach 2 trillion parameters. This is a huge number. Like, I don't even know how much power they had to have to train this thing. So this is an outstanding number for the industry. You might have guessed that from my reaction. So basically, I'm waiting for access to try and test it out and see how good it is compared to the other models. Something that I also find really interesting is that it contains 10 million context window, 10 million tokens, which basically it's like huge. If we compare that, I think Gemini has the largest so far, which was 1 million tokens in its context window. This is like out of this world. So Meta is like pushing the limits to open source, since all of these models are open source, and if you follow the community guidelines, you are able to build with them. They are also open for commercial use under their own license, which you will find it when you download the model. You will see them. You can read the license rules. So some key features of Llama 4 model is that it has the Llama Scout, which is basically a 17 billion active parameter model that has 16 experts and the 10 million token context window. So this model, it's reported by Meta that it excels at tasks requiring long context analysis, multi-document summarization, and code-based reasoning. Yeah, if you think that like 1 million was enough for a whole code base to be read, this could also like mean like multiple code bases or even like multiple projects, so you are able to figure out coding problems. Llama 4 Maverick is also a 17 billion active parameter model with 128 experts and 1 million token context window. This is also huge. This model balances out more multimodal capabilities like text and image, and it's a bit more creativity, which enhanced in creativity. Meta says that this makes it ideal for chatbot and enterprise applications. Yeah, if you are a company and you would like to have some sort of extra features on your website or for your customers, I think this model would be a really good option for you. So we have some interesting also reports for the training data. So both models actually were trained on a mix of public available data, licensed sources, and some sort of interaction from meta platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So if you have allowed access to Meta AI for your data, you might have used them to train that. Not that it's something like, I don't think this is something bad. Like, I don't think that your data will be leaked, but basically, if you allow access for Meta AI to use your data, then they will train this model and later on models on your data. So supported languages are at this point Arabic, English, French, German, Hindi, Indonesian, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, Tagalog, Thai, and Vietnamese. Huge range. And yeah, it was released yesterday, the time of recording, which is basically 5th of April. So I also created a table that contains differences between Scout and Maverick. You can also check it out. I think it's really useful if you want to understand what would be the best for your use case. If you would like me to make an episode about testing Llama 4 and some use cases for you, and depends if you are a student or a business or like a single person that you want to use it for work, please let me know and I will be happily do that video for you. So on some other interesting news this week, so Google surprised us by releasing Gemini 2.5, the experimental mode, for free to the free users. So I think this is one of their best models yet, and its context window, as we said before, it's 1 million tokens, and they are planning to actually expand it to 2 million tokens in the near future, as they mentioned in one of their blog posts. So if I actually did not mention that before, context window is basically the amount of tokens that your large language model can actually process and read and remember in a single prompt request that you are making. So basically, like in one single prompt, you are having all your context, all your information for this chat. So this is an amazing model. Personally, I used to use it before, and if you don't want to actually spend money on OpenAI or Anthropic subscriptions, you can consider this option as well. Another cool thing that they actually did is that they added Imagen 3 and other AI generation tools inside Google Slides. So now you don't have to go out of Google Slides, generate images, and then download the images and take them and then upload them again to your Google Slides. They are making this process really seamlessly for you to create images for your slides. This is a super cool feature. I'm really excited to use it. I actually generate a lot of images for my slides as well. But please always cite the source, like cite that it's AI generated. So another thing that I find kind of interesting to read is OpenAI, I think it plans to go open source. I'm not quite sure. Like I hope they do, but like it's not quite clear yet. But in some of the announcement that they make on April Fool's Day, actually, so let's see, they are releasing the image generation GPT to free users as well. In their article, they are mentioning that this might cause delays across all users since they are predicting an overload of requests to their servers. Yeah, this might happen, like a lot of more people will have access to that model. Extraordinary is also that they have a new form for an open model feedback. So what does that mean? So they are trying to get feedback on how they could release in the future an open model. They said that they are planning to release it in the future after like the era of GPT-2. This was the last open source model from OpenAI. So basically they are requesting data from developers or engineers on how they would like to see the model, how they would like to export the data, open source the model, and stuff like this. So if you're a developer and you're interested in that, I will leave the form down below, as long with all the information that they are mentioning in this podcast, and you can find that out and you can fill it out yourself. In addition, another thing that I found really interesting and really useful, I'm excited for the live events that they are coming up, is OpenAI Academy. So this is an educational platform with resources on how to use OpenAI tools. They also have some other techniques like graph, RAG, how you can use AI for studying, how you can use AI for work, how you can use AI for writing, and stuff like this. So if you're interested into something like this, link will be below. So now we're going to some of my favorite companies' news. Apple released Apple Intelligence in Europe. So actually, I'm based in Europe. This is really exciting for me. And for multiple languages, that includes French, German, and other. I really like the release also on Vision Pro. I don't have Vision Pro, but I would love to do that, to test it out. So it has now the ability to proofread, rewrite, generate images and emojis with a tool that's called Genmoji. So apparently this would be cool to play with. Like, what kind of emojis can you generate more than the ones that we have? Could be cool, especially if they look like you. So I quote from Apple's blog post: Apple Intelligence marks an extraordinary step forward for privacy in AI and is designed to protect users' privacy at every step. It starts with an on-device processing and for requests that require access to larger models. Private cloud compute extends the privacy and security of the iPhone into the cloud to unlock even more intelligence. So, privacy and security has always been the backbone of Apple products, and I'm really happy to see that the company kept its promise. It's keeping its promise, and yeah, the features might take longer to release, but I'm happy to see that they are taking privacy seriously. I think this is mostly their customer base, so yeah, excited to see that. So, last but not least, I'm really excited for Claude's initiation to release AI for education. So, this new feature from Claude is supposed to act as a tool to help students solve problems and develop critical thinking. So, instead of having an AI that gives directly the answers to the students, when they have to study or help them with their homework and stuff like this, is planned to actually get them to reach the final answer step by step, so it can enable critical thinking with the students. Personally, I think this is a really good initiative. We have seen some articles reporting that our productivity has increased, but people are not learning that much because we are using AI passively, so we are not learning that much anymore. I think this is a really good initiative, and it might roll out to other features as well in the future. Additionally, it would be a great idea to support the younger generation and assist them in learning and possibly retain that information. I'm excited to see the results, and it would be a cool experiment to see how it goes for our future. So I wouldn't like to claim that I found all of this information by myself. I am also looking at other newsletters that I'm subscribed to, and following other creators in the space that they are like reporting AI news. They are playing with cool tools and features and stuff like this. So most of these sources that I found was from Future Tools newsletter that came to my mailbox. I will leave the link down below as well if you want to subscribe to that yourself. And yeah, so this episode has been on the longer side today. If you really like this episode, please let me know and share it with your friends in any platform that you like to share stuff with. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an incredible week.